Hello coders. So we are in the process of completing the discussion of annotation. In the last few videos we have discussed about different types of annotation. We are in the process of completing custom annotation. Custom annotation are three types. We can go for marker annotation, we can go for single value annotation, and here it is multi-value annotation. Multi-value annotation is something which is called as also multi-member annotation. This annotation can have more than one attribute which can contain value. These attributes can be any valid identifier, means the name of these attributes are going to be any valid Java identifier, and like single value annotation, these multi-value annotation also can have the attributes default value. Whenever we supply default value of these attributes, you should remember this is an important point. If an attribute contains default value, then what will happen? The default value is specified for optional attributes. If it is mandatory attribute, then we cannot provide any default value. I'll give you the example. So here in this example you can see I have declared an annotation which is named as test multi, which has two attributes. Both are mandatory. One is integer type whose name is value1, and second one is value2 which is a string type. Here you can see the difference between single value and multi value. That is what, in case of single value the attribute name has to be value, but here the attribute name can be anything. As I said, it is going to be a valid Java identifier. And if we will specify the default value in the second example which I have shown over here, if it is having the default value, since it is a second test multi which is an annotation, and there also I have specified value1 as integer type, value2 as string type. Since value1 is integer type, here the default value is 0. You can specify default, and this is going to be optional, means whenever we will go for using this annotation, there we must use value2, but we may use value1 because it is having the default value. And in case of Spring based applications, we very frequently use request mapping. Request mapping is a multi-value annotation inside the Spring controllers. If you are habituated with the Spring based application, in Spring controllers we use request mapping for providing default value to the controller method, which is going to be the URL of that controller. That value we can supply as the value of value attribute. Method attribute also is going to be another part of the annotation of request mapping. We may use headers also. So these are various attributes of request mapping. Let us look at how we can go for creating our own custom annotation which is going to be multi-value. So here I have created the same program where we have this class as US Embassy, but prior to that, if you look at this vaccinated annotation, it has two attributes, dose and vaccine. This dose is having default value as 0, means dose is going to be an optional attribute, but vaccine is going to be mandatory because it doesn't have any default value, and it is of string type. And obviously the returns on policy also I have used runtime because I want to use it in time of execution, or during the execution Java runtime environment can use this vaccinated annotation. So here in this method I have not changed it as in the previous example. Here also the visa application is the method where this annotation is being used, and since it is a multi-value annotation, so we can specify the attribute named as dose and vaccine. But dose is default, dose is having the default value, so dose is optional and vaccine is mandatory. So since vaccine is mandatory, so here I have gone for using the vaccine attribute having the value as Covishield. And here is the get me visa method, which again goes for finding the object of the class which has this method, and this annotation has been used. I have found the method where the annotation has been used, that's what the visa application. Then I got the object of annotation also by using get annotation method. Then I have gone for finding the value of this dose and vaccine. So that annotation object which I got v, so v dot dose and v dot vaccine. In the v dot dose I have stored in the dose variable, and v dot vaccine is stored in the vac name variable. So here I have gone for different if, else if. So here first if is having comparison, dose is equals to 2, means if the dose is 2, it is going to print a line which is going to print the name of the vaccine, and as well as it is going to call the visa application method. If it is dose is 1 but vaccine is Pfizer, then it is just going to call visa application. And if it is just 1, means if it is neither 2 nor the vaccine name is Pfizer, then it is going to enter into this second else if. It is going to compare if it is 1 or not. It doesn't compare any vaccine name. So if it is non-Pfizer vaccine and dose is not 2, then it is going to print visa rejected, incomplete vaccine. Or else if none of these condition will match, it is going to print visa rejected for not vaccinated. And inside this main method I have gone for calling this or in fact I have gone for creating object of this US Embassy. Then I have gone for calling this get me visa method. This get me visa method will play all the logic. So if you look at this parameter the attribute value vaccine, it is Covishield now. Let us see what happens if I will execute it. Here it prints visa rejected for not vaccinated, means the default value is 0, means value of dose is, since we have not specified value of dose, so value of dose by default it is 0. So here neither it is 2 nor it is 1, so it went to else part. So it is going to print just visa rejected for not vaccinated. If I will go for using this dose attribute and I will specify the value is 1, then what is going to happen? It's not going to satisfy this if, but in the second else if it is going to be dose is 1 but vaccine name is not Pfizer, so it is not going to satisfy this also. If it is going to be second else or second else if it is dose is 1 but vaccine is non-Pfizer, so that means it is going to enter into this else if without comparing the vaccine name. So it is going to print visa rejected for incomplete vaccine. So let us execute it. Let us see what's going to happen. Yes. So here you can see it came from that visa rejected incomplete vaccine. If I will mention in place of Covishield, if I will mention Pfizer, then it should enter in the second else if, or in fact the first else if. So here if I will rerun it, so here just it is going to print visa granted. Why? You can see in the else if part where the Pfizer is compared, is just calling the visa application method. It doesn't print anything directly. The visa application method prints one line of output, that is what get visa granted. If I will make dose 2, that means again it is going to satisfy this if condition, because in the if condition if dose is 2, then doesn't matter which vaccine it has been used. That means it is going to enter the first if. So here you can see vaccine name is Pfizer, means this line printed the output vaccine name with the vac name variables value, then the visa application method has been called. So vaccine name it printed, that's what 2 lines of output you can see over here. Vaccine name is now Pfizer, and the line which is from the visa application method, that also came. So that is how we can go for using a multi-value annotation. So in this video completes the process of discussing the different types of annotation. I hope you all have enjoyed this and got the use of different types of annotation in Java. We will discuss a new topic in the next video. So thanks for watching.